All right, it looks like Doug Ford is having a little post-election regret here. He just went on this massive rant about the federal government not putting criminals behind bars and keeping them there. So Brian Lilly just posted this and says, have you watched Doug Ford's full rant on weak judges, bail criminals, and the thugs who tried to steal the premier's car? It's epic. So we're going to have a look at this. Now, before we do, please do not forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help grow the channel. I really appreciate every single one of you who do that. Thank you very much. So let's have a look at this, and then we're going to talk about it after, like usual.
Okay, so first of all, Chief Nish, Chief Demkew, all the chiefs, they're absolute champions. So they do a massive bust. 500 kilos of cocaine that these drug dealers want to poison our kids, poison our people, and 500 kilos. Just imagine that. And they work with the DEA down in the U.S., Drug Enforcement Agency. They work with the Border Patrol. They work with police agencies back and forth. The OPP, Commissioner Creek, is amazing on the Joint Task Force. And guess what, guys? These weak-kneed judges, the biggest bust in appeals history, guess where they are? They're back out on the street again. Bail. Except one person. Do you believe that? They actually get released on the largest drug bust in Peel's history. 500 kilos of cocaine that could ultimately kill people, and judges slap on the wrist. Okay, little Johnny, you go out there and deal more drugs. Why don't you give them more drugs? It's crazy. The system is broken. I will be all over the Prime Minister and the federal government have bail reform until these I don't even want to.
Look, he can't even speak. What's wrong, Doug? What's wrong, buddy? Didn't support Pierre Poilievre and now you're regretting it? I'm going to go after the Prime Minister, really? Because the last time you guys met, you had a nice little breakfast together. You liberal shill.
I call them what I'm thinking right now. I better hold off. But these people that are terrorizing our neighborhoods and feeding drugs to our people, that's number one. They need to change the criminal code. They need to change bail reform. I will be all over him until this gets done. Stop the dilly-dallying around. 10 years we've seen. We're going to do it. We aren't going to do it. Prime Minister gave me his word. He's going to change it. It has to be done. And then, bingo, you hear of another big bust yesterday. What is there, 15 of them? And by the way, I remember saying that the chief is a champ. Chief Nish is a champ. All our police are champions. Well, guess what? They get busted. These are the ones that are, the whole tow truck group and the other guys that are trying to intimidate and extort people. So they call people up and say, pay up or we're going to shoot up your house. Guess what? They go by and start shooting up the house. But guess what, folks? Those nice, kind judges, they let them all out on bail. Oh, by the way, they're already out on bail or probation. What is the city coming to, not the city, but our country coming to, when these criminals are running amok and terrorizing our neighborhoods? It's disgusting. Something has to change. And the last one.
You're right, Doug. Something has to change. And your stupid ass didn't support the change. Hello? Like, before the election, the guy's complaining. And by the way, he's right. But then he goes and doesn't support Pierre Poilievre. Well, if you had my advisor, we wouldn't have blown the lead. Well, first of all, I agree again that Jenny Byrne is not a good advisor. She should be removed. However, are you really sure that Doug Ford, that he would have beaten Carney? Amidst all the tariffs and the Donald Trump threats? That's what they used to win the election. Are you sure your campaign manager would have been able to overcome that? I'm not so sure. But either way, you weren't running to be Prime Minister. Another conservative was, and you pounced on him instead of supporting him. And maybe if he got your support, all the people in Ontario who voted for you, maybe some of them would have voted for Pierre. But you didn't. So there you go. Consequences for your actions, stupid.
Did you hear about the guy that these thugs came up, ready to steal his car? They're all in their masks and everything. So I guess he was a hunter or something. He shot up in the air. I don't recommend that, by the way. But he gets charged. I got to find out this guy's name and number, and I'm going to hold a fundraiser for lawyer fees for him. He should get a medal for standing up. It's like down in the U.S., we should have the castle law. Someone breaks into your house, and I know any of these people here, someone breaks into your house, and they're coming after your kids, and you're coming after your spouse, you're going to fight like you've never fought before. You're going to use anything that you have, be it weapons, baseball bats, knives. You're protecting your family. These thugs shouldn't be coming in there. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. Probably get in trouble for this. Do you want to hear about stupid criminals? Have you ever seen that show about stupid criminals out there?
You ever see that show about stupid politicians who supported the wrong prime minister? I'm watching that show right now, Doug.
So 4 thugs come racing down my street, masks on, ready to take the car out of the driveway. Surprise, surprise, at 12:30, the 2 police cars are there. The chase is on. So they chase him. One guy runs out, takes off. They capture him, and they catch these other guys. But just imagine all the unfortunate people that don't have security there at their house with masks on, and they have all the tools ready to break in and everything, you know, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to be back out. Why don't you guys come over for a barbecue tonight? You know, I'll take care of you better than the police, and thank God the police got you and I never did. Anyways, that's my rant. I'm sick and tired of the weak justice system that we have. They have to get a backbone, and we need to start throwing these people in jail. This is turning into a lawless society.
There was a politician who was running in the last election. What was his name again? Oh yeah, a guy by the name of Pierre Poilievre, who wanted everything you're talking about. And instead you criticized him instead of supporting him. If you want this change, which you said before the election, you're saying it now, why would you not support the guy who wanted the change? Instead, you supported the same party who caused this problem. And I know he didn't directly come out and say, I hope Mark Carney wins, but by not supporting Pierre, that's like an indirect support for the Liberals. He could have convinced some people. He's got a lot of power in Ontario, and he didn't use it. Is that because he's some sort of a Liberal shill, or is it maybe because he wants Pierre's job? Maybe that's his plan. Maybe he's trying to be the next leader of the Conservative Party. Well, let me tell you something, Doug. There's me and a whole hell of a lot of other people that will never let that happen. You understand? Never.
That's my rant, and that's it. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you. All I'm trying to do...
Okay, you wrapped it up. But yeah, either way, I mean, it's insane. I'm going to complain about these problems. And then we're having an election, and he keeps completely silent until Pierre starts to fall in the polls. And then he starts criticizing his campaign manager. It's like, okay, fair enough. How about the support? But you didn't. And now you got Mark Carney, who's not going to do anything. He's been prime minister since March. I know that's not a long time. You can't expect everything to be fixed. But they don't want to keep criminals in jail. Have the last 10 years not been fucking obvious to you? He should have done everything he can to support Pierre. Well, Pierre Poilievre didn't support me in my federal campaign. Who cares? You won it so easily. They called the race after 10 minutes. You didn't need help. Somehow you appeased to federal Liberals. I don't understand how that happens, but a lot of people who vote for Doug Ford also voted for Mark Carney. He could have potentially changed some of their minds and flipped some ridings. How many? We don't know. But why would you not support the guy who wants what you want? It's just pure stupidity by Doug Ford. And yet he'll never call himself out for making that mistake. All the things he said about the criminal justice and how it's weak and the judges are weak and it needs to be reformed. He's right about everything. But he doesn't support the guy who actually wants it. What a dumb move. And it's something he might regret for a long time. And just by the way, just in case you didn't hear me the first time, you'll never be leader of the Federal Conservative Party. Not on my watch. And I'm sure most people watching, you won't let it happen either. But let me know what you guys think. Please again, please again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please also share the video if you can. Don't forget to comment. Don't be shy. Thanks for watching. I'll be back shortly with a new one.